Now, on episode 10 of Dandadan, things get a bit more complicated for Momo, Okarun, and Eira, and they end up helping a new creature in need. Let's dive in. Momo, Okarun, and Eira find themselves questioned by Queen about their embarrassing situation of being exposed in their underwear. After a brief moment of distress, they're left alone when a staff member informs the nurse of an incoming call. Momo then finds out from Eira that she accidentally activated acrobatic Silky's powers during the fight with the Serpos, which she thinks is connected to her aura with the yokai. Okarun speculates that Eira's connection might make her a target for extraterrestrial beings interested in humans with yokai abilities, like himself and Eira. He believes it might have something to do with his missing Kintama. Momo and Eira don't fully follow Okarun's theory though, as they're more worried about the embarrassment. Momo, hearing Eira planning to blame her, just lets it go to avoid more trouble. Eira leaves with her friends, and Momo and Okarun are left alone. Now with Okarun alone, Momo demands an explanation about what happened during lunch. Okarun admits that Eira tried to kiss him, and he accidentally fell on top of her while trying to push her away. Momo asks why they were in a private place, and Okarun explains that he was exercising to become stronger, but didn't want to tell her so he could impress her. Momo laughs, teasing him about wanting to look cool in front of her. Okarun gets embarrassed and starts to leave, assuring Momo that he won't blame her like Eira did. Momo tries to respond, but is interrupted by Miko and Muko, who ask about the incident. Momo doesn't want to explain the details, so Miko guesses it was a fight over Okarun while they were in their underwear, which Momo quickly denies. In Class 2D, Eira is enjoying the sympathy from her classmates after the incident, but her satisfaction fades when she overhears them talking badly about Momo, accusing her of harassing Eira and calling her a terrible person. Feeling guilty, Eira confesses to her classmates that she lied about Momo and asks them to stop. She leaves the classroom, leaving everyone stunned. Outside, Eira is still processing her guilt when Momo approaches her, asking if she really followed through with blaming the incident on her. Eira admits it, but Momo can tell she's lying, as Eira is alone and isolated. Frustrated, Eira and Momo face the Dover Demon, who talks about needing to support his family. Just as they prepare to defend themselves, the Dover Demon collapses, exhausted and bleeding a white fluid. Later, the Dover Demon wakes up in the Ayase household, where Momo, Okarun, Seiko, and Eira are looking after him. Momo tells her grandmother that the Dover Demon's presence proves extraterrestrial life exists, but her grandmother mistakes him for a kappa. After helping him, Eira asks what to do next, still worried that the Dover Demon might deceive them again. When he moves from his bed, the group gets on guard, but Momo reassures him, mentioning Seiko is there for support. The Dover Demon notices a plate of curry and is told by Momo that they prepared it for him. He's overwhelmed by their kindness and medical care, and he vows never to harm them again. That evening, after a meal with Momo, Okarun, Seiko, Eira, and Turbo Granny, the Dover Demon explains his situation. He needs money for his sick son's blood transfusion and has resorted to dangerous activities as an outlaw. Okarun offers to sell his Kintama to help, but Momo points out that this wouldn't be enough for his son's ongoing needs. Eira supports Okarun's offer, saying she'll help retrieve the Kintama, but Momo tells her to stay out of it. The Dover Demon declines the offer, not wanting to burden anyone further. However, Seiko offers him a cart of milk, recognizing that milk is equivalent to blood for his kind. She suggests asking a farmer for a cow for the Dover Demon to take home to his son. Grateful, the Dover Demon agrees, and as he boards his ship with the cow, he thanks everyone for their help. Afterward, Momo gets down on her knees with Okarun and Eira, pleading with Seiko to buy them new uniforms. Seiko agrees to get uniforms for Okarun and Eira for free, but tells Momo she'll only buy hers if she does an impression of Hiroshi Abe, having noticed Momo's tendency to take advantage of adults. Momo agrees and goes to greet a visitor while doing the impression. When she opens the door, she's shocked to find Gigi, her childhood friend and first crush. Okarun is equally surprised when Seiko reveals this information to him. Moving on to episode 11 of Dandadan, things get awkward between Momo, Okarun, and Gigi, and they end up facing a strange anatomical model. Let's jump into it. Momo is surprised when she sees Gigi again, and Okarun notices that Gigi gives off a tough vibe. However, when Gigi suddenly reacts to Momo's expression at the door, everyone finds it a bit unamusing. Seiko invites Gigi to make himself comfortable at her home, and Momo is shocked when her grandmother informs her that Gigi will be staying with them. Okarun is also caught off guard, and Eira misinterprets Gigi's move-in as a sign that Momo is preparing for a big battle, causing her to leave with a vow to stop Momo. This frustrates Momo, who's already dealing with both Eira and Gigi. Okarun gets ready to leave, but before he does, Momo asks him to tell her he'll see her tomorrow, repeating what he said earlier. This stirs emotions in both of them, though neither fully acknowledges it. Momo turns to Seiko for clarification about Gigi moving in. Seiko explains that Gigi's parents are hospitalized, and she's happy to have him stay with them. While they wash dishes together, Gigi opens up, expressing regret for teasing Momo when they were younger. He also reveals that he can now see spirits. Momo is taken aback and asks if he's seen a golden ball, but retracts the question when it causes confusion. Gigi then shares a disturbing story about an evil spirit tormenting him, and how the exorcists hired to help had tragically taken their own lives. He sought Seiko's help, as the exorcists had said she would be his final hope. After sharing this, Gigi apologizes for involving Momo in his troubles, but Momo reassures him that she believes her grandmother can handle it. Seiko, however, says she will be the one to confront the spirit, as her powers are effective only within Kamigo City, and suggests that Gigi's ability to see spirits might be linked to Okarun's Kintama. She also offers to buy new uniforms for Momo if she agrees to help with this task. The next day at school, Gigi introduces himself to his new classmates, but it quickly turns into some light flirting with a female peer. He ends up seated next to Momo, who tries to ignore him. Miko and Muko quickly get to know Gigi, and he casually mentions that he lives with Momo. To Momo's irritation, he exaggerates their relationship, claiming they're affectionate, which leads Momo to strangle him. Meanwhile, Okarun starts to worry that Momo might develop feelings for Gigi, since he's her first crush. To distract himself, he secretly trains during lunch. Momo unexpectedly joins him, wanting to prevent a repeat of his earlier awkward situation with Eira. As Okarun is weightlifting, Momo offers to feed him, leaving him stunned. Just as he's about to accept, Gigi interrupts with Momo's favorite yogurt, which cheers her up. Seeing this, Okarun walks away, deciding to distance himself from Momo. He then notices an anatomical model rushing towards him and warns Momo, who prepares to stop it with her powers, but is pulled away by Gigi instead. As the anatomical model leaps over them, Momo spots something shiny attached to it. Thinking it's Okarun's Kintama, she tries to stop the model, but gets dragged along by its speed, prompting Okarun to chase after them. Okarun transforms into his Turbo Granny form to catch up, but the anatomical model creates a gap by moving across rooftops. Momo uses her psychic powers to try to seize it, but inadvertently propels both herself and Gigi toward an oncoming bus. Just in time, Okarun swoops in to save them, and has them ride on his back. While they're in this position, Momo explains to Gigi that the creature he thought was after them is actually Okarun in his transformed state, which leaves him shocked. Together, Okarun and Gigi help Momo grab the anatomical model, but it disassembles itself in an attempt to escape. Despite this, Momo locates its heart and hears it crying in distress. The trio follows the cries and finds the anatomical model in a junkyard. Momo reassures it that they mean no harm and expresses her interest in the golden sphere attached to it. Just then, they hear a female voice from the garbage, calling for the anatomical model named Taro. Taro rushes to the trash to rescue the female anatomical doll, Hana, and confesses his feelings for her, despite her urging him to leave her behind. As this unfolds, Okarun reflects on Taro's declarations to Hana and starts to realize his own feelings for Momo, leading him to blush in realization. Finally, for Season 1's finale of Dandadan, Episode 12, Momo Okarun and Gigi deal with some embarrassing situations, face a mysterious creature, and uncover hidden secrets at Gigi's family house. Let's dive in. After bringing Hana to the Ayase residence, Okarun, Momo, and Gigi kneel down and beg Seiko to let Hana stay with them. Seiko first suggests that Hana stay at Okarun's house, but Okarun insists that the Ayase house is the best place for her. Momo backs him up, reminding Seiko that they let Turbo Granny stay, much to the talking cat's annoyance. Regarding Taro, Momo explains that he went back to the school, science classroom, but will only stay if he can see Hana occasionally. She also clarifies that the shiny ball Taro had was just a Christmas ornament, not Okarun's Kintama, After some more pleading, Seiko agrees to let Hana stay, as long as her relationship with Taro doesn't cause trouble for the neighbors. She heads to the kitchen to prepare dinner, asking Momo to set the table. As Momo starts setting the table, Gigi makes a playful comment about Momo and Okarun's impressive powers. After joking around and teasing Momo, she smiles. But Okarun recalls Taro's confession to Hana and feels the need to intervene. Okarun vaguely tells Momo he's decided to take a stand, but she's confused. Gigi and Okarun start singing together, disrupting Momo, who just wants to finish setting the table. Seiko shouts at them to stop, telling Momo to pack her things for a weekend stay at Gigi's house to cleanse the house of a curse. Okarun is shocked, thinking it's just going to be the two of them. But Momo reassures him that she planned to invite him to help him feel at ease. Okarun agrees, determined to finish his assignment so Gigi can return home. That night, Taro races out of the school, eager to see Hana. On his way to the Ayase house, he accidentally scares off some students, trying to perform a seance and gets hit by a truck. Meanwhile, Momo waits with Hana at the Ayase residence, reassuring her that Taro will be there soon. By morning, Taro finally arrives, apologizing to Hana for the delay and explaining he had to reassemble his body parts after the accident. Momo, who had been dozing off, catches sight of Taro kissing Hana and is surprised when Taro thanks her for staying with Hana. He then reveals that he plans to meet Hana every day. Momo is stunned by this. Meanwhile, Gigi can't sleep, haunted by the image of the spirit in his house. On the train ride to Gigi's village, Okarun feels uneasy as he watches Momo enjoying a lively conversation with Gigi, who has just brought out her favorite snacks. Okarun tries to distract himself by focusing on reclaiming his kintama, but accidentally blurts it out loud to Momo, making her laugh. Gigi misinterprets it as a dirty joke, but Momo quickly clears it up. The conversation shifts when Gigi mentions a shrine in his village, dedicated to the Tsuchinoko, which piques Okarun's interest. He tries to turn the conversation back to himself by mentioning a shrine, dedicated to a kappa, but Gigi's more intrigued by the Tsuchinoko. The two bond over their shared interest in cryptids, with Okarun feeling a sense of respect for Gigi, as Okarun reflects on how Gigi called him a friend. He blushes and wonders why it's hard for him to dislike him. Upon arriving at Gigi's village, Momo is excited to see that it's a hot springs district. Gigi explains that his family moved there because his father studied volcanoes. Momo asks if the village volcano is likely to erupt, but Gigi reassures her that it's dormant and hasn't erupted in over 200 years. After climbing a steep flight of stairs, they reach the Enjoji house. Momo doesn't sense anything out of the ordinary, so she suggests they rest. Okarun, also tired from the climb, notices something in the woods, but dismisses it when Momo asks him to come inside. Unbeknownst to them, a group of people is watching them from the shadows. After scouring the house for signs of paranormal activity, Momo concludes that the ghost is hiding due to weak spiritual energy, meaning it will be easy to deal with. She decides to visit the hot springs, while Okarun and Gigi stay behind. Gigi invites Okarun to play soccer, and while they're playing, he casually asks if Okarun has feelings for Momo. Okarun is taken aback, but responds that he respects her. Gigi points out all the things he likes about Momo, and the two start a friendly debate about who likes Momo more. Meanwhile, Momo relaxes in the hot spring, wondering if Okarun is getting along with Gigi as his first male friend. Unbeknownst to her, a few men are secretly spying on her. After some playful teasing and arguments between Okarun and Gigi, Okarun interrupts when he notices a mysterious structure connected to the house. Momo, feeling lightheaded, decides to get out of the hot spring. But as she's about to leave, a group of men enters and informs her that the hot spring is a mixed bath, blocking her way. One man starts talking about gators, claiming they often show up in hot springs to target women. Momo tries to use her powers to defend herself but is too lightheaded and is grabbed and pushed into the water, unable to fight back. Gigi breaks through the wall with a sledgehammer and discovers a room full of talismans. He and Okarun are shocked to find this hidden secret in the house. And that wraps up the recap for Season 1 of Dandadan. Thanks for watching.